All right, Shalom. We're the brothers of Great Millstone and Branch Out Des Moines. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rakakodash.
double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, salutations to all you brothers preaching the gospel in truth and in sincerity, always in charity. And as you can see, the title of the lesson is entitled Physical Representation of the Spiritual Demon, Satan, which was inspired by Apostle Ramla through the Holy Spirit. You know, he was doing his lesson entitled Delusions, and he had mentioned the title of this and threw that out there. You know, so Lord willing, we hope it's edifying, man. We just gonna hop right into it. And we start with 2 Thessalonians 2, and let's start at verse 5.
This is 2 Thessalonians 2 and 5. Remember ye not that when I was with you, I told you these things, and now you know that withholdeth that he might be revealed in his time.
That he might be revealed in his time. Who is he speaking on? Go ahead.
For the mystery of iniquity.
So that he is the mystery of iniquity, man. So it's the cause of wickedness within this earth, right? That's going to be revealed. Go ahead.
For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who letteth will let until he be taken out of the way.
And that's the Most High. According to Job, the 14th chapter, it says he has bounds that he cannot pass, man. You know? So it says only he who letteth will let. This is the Most High show. Romans, the 9th chapter, says he raised him up to show his power, right? So this devil got a set time to be brought down. Go ahead.
It says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
Right, it says, then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall destroy with the spirit of his mouth, right? And that's the spirit of truth. That's this devil being exposed. Can we, I grab it. This Malachi 1 and verse, get straight to the point.
I got you. 4. It says, Malachi 1 and 4, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts. They shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord Yahweh hath indignation forever.
Right, so that's the border of wickedness right there, right? So here it is, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is being exposed on the four corners of the earth to be the devil that the Bible speaks about, man. You know? Go ahead. You can jump back to Thessalonians.
Kind of 2 Thessalonians.
Because it says, and then shall the wicked be revealed. We just showed you who the wicked is. In the book of Obadiah, it says, how are the things that Esau searched out? How is hidden things sought up? The Lord said that he was going to make this devil bare. Matter of fact, I'll get that. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 49 and 10. It says, but I have made Esau bare. That's what? That's the spirit of the Lord's mouth revealing this devil. Isaiah, the 47th chapter, it speaks about what? Come thou sent in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. It's there is no throne. It speaks about bearing the leg, lifting up the skirt, roughly paraphrasing, right? So this devil is being revealed. It says, but I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. So going back into the wicked being revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. That's the prophets out there speaking about these the atrocities and the different things that Esau has done, the wickedness that he spread across the earth. In the book of Habakkuk, I believe it's the 2nd chapter, it says shameful spewing shall be on his glory. And that's what we're seeing happening all over the world, man. We're seeing the people see Esau, Edom, for the devil that he is. His statues and his different things are being defaced, you know, which is a beautiful time we living in.
I got a quick one, if I may. This is second Ezra 15 and 8. It says, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. But the point being, it says, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness. Seems for like a time period, all right, Esau, Edom, he had his time where he was doing all these manners of wickedness and nobody was speaking up against him and so on and so forth, where the Lord put the spirit on his prophets, all right, to go out and proclaim these things in the faces of such as have afflicted us, man.
Yep.
So now this is the Lord not holding his tongue. He's speaking out against these things because that's what happens when somebody is about to be judged. All right, when someone's about to be judged, a trial is set forth, all right, then the judge declares what their punishment will be. And then the punishment is set and they pay that time. Well, that's what's happening right now. An inquisition is being made of Esau, Edom, or of his wickedness, and now he's about to suffer the judgment.
Yep, the second Ezra 6 and 27, it says, "For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched." And that's what's happening, man. This water, this living water, this word, this truth, is putting out the wickedness, the lies that's been spread in the earth. In Isaiah the 25th chapter, the Lord said, "I will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all nations, and the veil spread over all people." Who spread that veil? In the book of Ezekiel, it says, "Thou art the anointed cherub that covereth." So Esau, Edom, has covered the nations. And according to Revelation, the 20th chapter, it speaks about how he was let loose to deceive the nations, man. You know, for that little season. And it says what? That all nations have drunk of the wine of his fornication, right? So he what's the word? He bewitched the whole world, man, right? But now the spirit of truth is waking the people out of that slumber. It's waking them out of that bewitchment, right? It says, verse 28, "As for faith, it shall flourish, corruption shall be overcome, and the truth which hath been so long without fruit shall be declared," man. And that's what's happening. See, that's the biggest threat to Esau's empire, man. It's the spirit of truth. Us waking up to who we are, he being exposed to who he is, right? And all his wickedness that he's doing behind the scenes being exposed. Because one of Esau's top strength was secrecy, man. And now this devil is being exposed, you know. We can jump back to Thessalonians.
This is back in 2 Thessalonians 2 and 8. "And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming."
Right, so we saw who the wicked is, right? Esau, Edom, according to Malachi, the 1st chapter, right? Go ahead.
"Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders."
So he's coming after the working of Satan, man, right? Because this world is given into the hands of the spiritual demon Satan. Let's prove that. Can we get Luke, the 4th chapter?
This is the book of Luke, chapter 4, and verse...
We can start at 1, but
okay.
we're going to jump around.
Luke 4 and 1. "And Yahushua, being full of the Holy Spirit, returned from Jordan, and was led by the Spirit into the wilderness, being 40 days tempted of the devil. And in those days he did eat nothing, and when they were ended, he afterward hungered. And the devil said unto him, If thou be the Son of the Most High, command this stone that it be made bread. And Yahushua answered him, saying, It is written, that man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word of the Most High."
So here it is. This is the tempter. This is spiritual demon Satan, right? The angel, right? Who's coming to do what? To tempt us, to sway us from our path, right? Go ahead.
Verse 5, "And the devil, taking him up into an high mountain, showed unto him all the kingdoms of the world in a moment of time."
So this is how we know this is the spiritual demon Satan. Because Esau, Edom, which is the physical counterpart, he can't show all the kingdoms of the world in a moment of time. So this is how we know this is the spiritual demon Satan, right? Tempting our Lord Yahushua. And it's the same thing he does with us within our minds, right? It says in Luke that, I believe it's 22, if I'm not mistaken. It says Satan desired to sift us. He was talking to Peter. Well, that's Satan's job. He's the tempter, right? But Satan has a physical counterpart here on this earth. Just like the Most High has a physical children or a physical counterpart of him here on this earth, which is the Israelites.
That's a seed.
You know,
Yeah.
There's a seed, exactly. You know,
this is back in Luke chapter 4 and verse 6. "And the devil said unto him, All this power will I give thee, and the glory of them, for that is delivered unto me, and to whomsoever I will I give it."
See, so the spiritual demon Satan got control of this present evil world, man. And he said, "Whosoever I give it unto, whosoever I will." Right? You read the next verse.
It says, "If thou therefore will worship me, all shall be thine."
Right. So he said, what? If you shall worship me. That's why what? You have to do all manner of wickedness in order to succeed within this present evil world, man. You see? So that's why wickedness is at an all-time high. That's why abomination and iniquity, right, is at an all-time high, because the spiritual demon Satan is controlling all this within the earth, man. And he said what? He said, "I will give you all this if you worship me." Well, that's the same thing Esau, Edom gives to our people that sells out, man. He said, "Look, I give you all these goodies. I give you all this. If what? If you worship me." Going back to what? Molech, Baal, going back to all these different idols, man. All these different idols goes back to the spiritual demon Satan. It all goes back to him, man. Whether it be Christmas with Nimrod, whether it be Easter with Ishtar, right? Halloween, All that goes back to the spiritual demon Satan on the left-hand side, right? So now in the book of Luke, it just clearly said that Satan has control of the earth and he give it to whomsoever he will. Now this is the book of Job 9:24. It says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. And who gave it into the hand of the wicked, man? The wicked being Esau, Edom. Satan did. Why? Because the Most High gave Satan control of this present evil world. Going back to Luke, the 4th chapter that we read, right? It says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. It goes back to him deceiving the nations. It says he covered the faces. He's the anointed cherub that covereth, right? It says he covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So Esau, Edom is the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan. Going back to the book of what is that? I believe it's Genesis, the 4th chapter or the 3rd chapter. Speaks about the two seeds. This is Genesis 3:15. It says, and I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. And it's going into what? The seed of the woman represents Israel, man. Jeremiah 6th chapter, I believe, it says that the Lord have likened the daughter of Israel to a comely and delicate woman, roughly paraphrasing, right? So the seed of the woman represents Israel, and the seed of the serpent represents Esau, Edom, right? Which goes into the children. I just get it in the book of 1 John. Yeah, right.
This is Daniel chapter 4 and verse 17. It says, this matters by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basis of men. And that's who's ruling right now, the lowest of all the heathen, Esau, Edom. So ultimately, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is in control, but he's giving power unto Satan, all right? And he's given that unto Esau, Edom to rule in this time period, man. You know? But just to add to that point from earlier.
This is the book of 1 John 3:7. It says, little children, let no man deceive you. He that doeth righteousness is righteous, even as he is righteous. He that committeth sin is of the devil, for the devil sinneth from the beginning. Going back to what? Going back to the serpent, going back to Cain, right? Who's coming after the working of the spiritual demon Satan. It says, for this purpose the Son of the Most High was manifested, that he might destroy the works of the devil. Whosoever is born of the Most High doeth not commit sin, for it meaning what? Psalms the 32nd chapter. His sins are not imputed unto him. As long as we're in Yahushua, man, our sins are forgiven within Yahushua, right? So it says, whosoever is born of the Most High doeth not commit sin, for his seed remaineth in him, and he cannot sin, because he is born of the Most High. In this the children of the Most High are manifest, and the children of the devil. Whosoever doeth not righteousness is not of the Most High, neither he that loveth not his brother. Going back to the same spirit that was in Cain, the same spirit that was in the serpent, right? Which is the same spirit that's in Esau, Edom today. So going into explaining that Esau, Edom is the physical counterpart, right? Is the physical representation of the spiritual demon Satan, and he's coming in that spirit of Satan, right? Because what does Satan do? Can we get the book of Job, the 1st chapter?
This is
because going back to Luke, the 4th chapter, what is Satan's job? Satan's job is to go to and fro in the earth to tempt. He's the tempter, right? Go ahead.
This is Job 1:6. Now there was a day when the sons of the Most High came to present themselves before the Lord Yahweh, and Satan came also among them. And the Lord Yahweh said unto Satan, whence comest thou? Then Satan answered Yahweh and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down it.
So that's the spirit of Satan. That's the spiritual demon Satan. That's the actual angel, right? The Lord asked him, where are you coming from? He said, from walking to and fro in the earth and up and down in it. So the spirit of Satan is all around the earth, man, right? Go ahead.
It says, verse 8, it says, and the Lord Yahweh said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job? And there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and an upright man, one that feareth the Most High and escheweth evil. Then Satan answered the Lord Yahweh and said, doth Job fear the Most High for naught? Want me to keep reading on?
Yeah, one more.
Okay. Has not thou made an hedge about him?
Two more.
And about his house, and about all that he hath on every side? Thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in the land. But put forth Salakia, but put forth thine hand now and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face.
Right, go ahead.
And the Lord Yahweh said unto Satan, behold, all that he hath is in thy power, only upon himself put not forth thine hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord.
Right, so he's coming to and fro through the earth to what? To tempt. That's his job. That's what he's doing, man. The inward agitation, going back to Luke, man. His job is to what? His job, he's desiring to sift us as wheat, as the Lord told Peter, right? But guess what? Satan, once again, Satan has a physical counterpart on this earth who represents him, right? Let's get Zechariah 1, and let's start at verse 8.
Zechariah 1 and 8.
You can start at 7 just to get the...
Okay. This is Zechariah 1 and 7. Upon the 24th day of the 11th month, which is the month Sabbat, in the 2nd year of Darius, came the word of Yahweh unto Zechariah, the son of Berechiah, the son of Iddo, the prophet, saying, I saw by night, and behold, a man riding upon a red horse.
Right, a man riding upon a red horse, man. Now, when we go to Revelation, the 6th chapter.
6 and 4.
Yep.
This is Revelation 6 and 4. It says, and there went out another horse that was red.
And why is this horse red? This is the book of Genesis, the 25th chapter. And the 25th, 24. It's Genesis 25 and 24. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. Going back to Jacob and Esau, right? Verse 25. And the first came out red all over like an hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. So it's a reason why this horse is red, because it's representation. It's a representation of Esau, Edom, right? Edom in the Hebrew, Adawan, which means red. But you got it back, bro.
That's right. It says Revelation 6 and 4. It says, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword.
There was given unto him a great sword. This is Genesis 27 and verse 38. And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break the yoke from off his neck. So Esau, Edom's blessing was the sword, man. So going back to the Revelation, the 6th chapter, it says what? This red horse was given a great sword. Well, this red horse represents Esau, Edom, and he's the one that took peace from the earth, man. Right? And in the book of Jeremiah, it says, destroying mountain.
Yeah.
It speaks about the hammer of the earth.
Right.
Isaiah, the 14th chapter, it says, he that smote the people continually with a sore stroke. So this is the devil that, what, took peace from the earth, man. You know? And we're going to further go into it, you know, Lord willing, you know.
I can grab one of those.
Go let it ride.
Jeremiah 51 and 25, it says, behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain, saith the Lord Yahweh, which destroyest all the earth, and I will stretch out my hand upon thee, and roll thee down from the rocks, and I will make thee a burnt mountain. That's it. All right, so back in Zechariah 1 and 8, it says, I saw by night, and behold, a man riding upon a red horse. And he stood among the myrtle trees that were in the bottom, and behind him were their red horses, speckled and white.
So we explain what these red horses represent, right? Go ahead.
Then said I, O my Lord, what are these? And the angel that talked with me said unto me, I will show thee what these be. And the man that stood among the myrtle trees answered and said, these are they whom the Lord Yahweh hath sent to walk to and fro through the earth.
Now what does Satan do? He go to and fro through the earth, right? So Esau, Edom, which is what his counterpart here on the earth, is doing the same thing. In the book of Habakkuk, it says he keepeth not at home. He enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, man. You see? So that's why this devil is going to and fro through the earth, man. That's why he can't leave. He in this country, he in that country, he in that country. Why? Because he's coming in the spirit of Satan, man. Go ahead.
And they answered the angel of Yahweh that stood among the myrtle trees, and said, we have walked to and fro through the earth, And behold, all the earth sitteth still and is at rest.
And is at rest, man. And what is that going into, man? Right? This is the book of First Maccabees 1. I'm going to just start at 1. It says, and it happened after Alexander, the son of Philip the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Kittim, had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes, that he reigned in his stead the first over Greece, and made many wars, and won many strongholds, and slew the kings of the earth, and went through to the ends of the earth, and took spoils of many nations, insomuch that the earth was quiet. Didn't it say that it was still, right? It says that the earth was quiet before him, whereupon he was exalted, and his heart was lifted up. That goes back to Revelation, the 13th chapter, where it says, who can make war with the beast, man? So because of the blessing that Esau was given, because of his sword, right? Because of his treachery, his wickedness, his sorcery, his technology, all of that is a part of his sword. That's what he destroys with, man. So with his sword, with his blessing, he put the whole earth at rest, meaning none of these nations are speaking out against him, man, because they have no power to fight against him. And that goes back to Zechariah, the 1st chapter, where it says what? That these red horses go to and fro through the earth, and what? The earth is quiet, man, because Esau Edom ruled them with a continual stroke, going back to Isaiah, the 14th chapter, you know? So Esau Edom is coming in the spirit of Satan to take peace from the earth, to cause turmoil and chaos and destruction throughout the earth, man. And he's doing his job to the T, you know. So I had mentioned we had read what was that we had read? We had read Zechariah. I know we said we was gonna get into. Man, it was just in my head, man. I forgot. I'm sorry, but we can get Daniel the 8th chapter, because this is the beginning of Esau Edom's rulership, man, and this is the beginning of what that Job said, that the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So this is the beginning of Esau Edom's rulership and the beginning of him deceiving the whole earth. Daniel 8, and we can read 21, and then we're going to jump back down to 5.
Daniel 8 and 21. And the rough goat is the king of Grecia, and the great horn that is between his eyes is the first king.
That's Alexander, man. You know, and Alexander, the son of Philip the Macedonian, his lineage can be traced all the way back to Amalek, all the way back to Esau, according to the Holy Scriptures, right? Go ahead.
This is Daniel 8 and 5. It says, and I was considering, behold, an he-goat came from the west on the face of the whole earth, and touched not the ground. And the goat had a notable horn between his eyes.
Which that's Alexander, man. And it said he touched not the ground, meaning he didn't see defeat. He wasn't humble. Going back to that first Maccabees, it says what? It says because he won many wars and because he slew the kings, that his heart was lifted up, man. So that's him not touching the ground, right? That's the Lord using him through on the left-hand side through Satan to what? To conquer the earth, man. You know, go ahead.
Verse 6, and he came to the ram that had 2 horns, which I had seen standing before the river, and ran unto him in the fury of his power. And I saw him come close unto the ram, and he was moved with choler against him, and smote the ram, and brake his 2 horns, and there was no power in the ram to stand before him, but he cast him down to the ground, and stamped upon him, and there was none that could deliver the ram out of his hand.
That's it, man. So going back to that's Alexander. And that's him smitten Darius, the king of the Persians and Medes, right? That's the 2 horns being brought down. And this is the beginning of Esau Edom having dominion over the earth, man. And the Lord using Esau Edom on the left-hand side through the spiritual demon Satan to perform his will. That's going back to Romans the 9th chapter, man. You know, because Esau Edom is rising up or is raising up Esau Edom, just like how he rose up Pharaoh, right? To show his power, to show his strength. And the same thing is happening in today's times with Esau Edom today, you know, because going back to Apostle Ramlav's lesson, he had read the book, I believe it's in Job, if I'm not mistaken. It says that the deceived and the deceiver are his, man. Meaning what? Meaning that Esau Edom, the Lord got Esau Edom in a trick bag. Everything that Esau Edom is doing is according to the will of Yahweh Basham Yahushua, right? Because here it is, Satan is a lying spirit. Can we get that in the book of Kings? You know, because Satan is a lying spirit, just like how he was with Ahab and his prophets. Satan is a lying spirit in the mouth of Esau and his priests and his prophets, man. Guiding them, telling them all, you shall not surely fall. You shall not do this and that. right? And it's playing right in the hands of the Most High.
This is
I think it's First Kings 22.
Yeah, that was the second.
I might have said Second Kings a lot.
This is First Kings chapter 22 and verse 15, straight to the vision, right?
Mm-hmm.
Con. It says, so he came to the king. Let me know if you want me to jump down. 2 Kings 22 and 15. So he came to the king, and the king said unto him, Micah, shall we go against Ramoth Gilead to battle?
Jump down to 19.
Okay, con. 1 Kings 22 and 19. And he said, hear thou therefore the word of the Lord Yahweh. I saw the Lord Yahweh sitting on his throne, and on all the host of heaven standing by him on his right hand and on his left. And the Lord Yahweh said, who shall persuade Ahab that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead? And he said, and one said on this manner, and another said on that manner. And there came forth a spirit and stood before the Lord Yahweh and said, I will persuade him. And Yahweh said unto him, wherewith? And he said, I will go forth, and I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. Mm-hmm. And he said, thou shalt persuade him and prevail also. Go forth and do so.
See, now this is the spirit that Esau comes in, going back to 2 Thessalonians. He who's coming after the working of Satan with all signs and lying wonders, right? So this angel, which was on the left-hand side, he came and said, look, I'm going to be a lying spirit in their mouth, man. And this is all controlled by Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. This is the book of Job 23 and 8. Behold, I go forward, but he is not there. And backward, but I cannot perceive him. On the left hand, where he doth work, but I cannot behold him. He hideth himself on the right hand, that I cannot see him, man. You know, so the Lord works on both sides, man. You know, he got the righteous angels to perform the things that need to be done according to his will, that guides the righteous. And he got what? He got the left-hand angels, right? That's working according to his will, that's going out to deceive whomever the Lord wants to be deceived, man. You see? We could keep going in Kings.
Okay, come on, Salaki. Back in 1 Kings chapter 22 and verse 23. Now therefore, behold, the Lord Yahweh hath put a lying spirit.
Salaki, can we 22 again? Bible
verse 22, it says, and Yahweh said unto him, wherewith? And he said, I will go forth, and I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And he said, thou shalt persuade him and prevail also. Go forth and do so.
So the Lord gave him leave, man. Just like in the book of Job, the Lord gave Satan the okay to go out and mess with Job. Well, it's the same thing that's going on. So going back to that Daniel 4, the brother read and it said what? That the Most High settled up over it whomsoever he will. So what did the Most High do? The Most High gave Satan the power to give the earth to whomsoever he will, man. And who he gave it to Esau Edom, his physical counterpart here on this earth. Yeah. You know? Because going back to that Thessalonians, it said what? Only he who letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. It called him the mystery of iniquity. Why is the earth all out of course? Right? Why is it wars everywhere? Why in Revelation it says the peace was taken from the earth because of this red horse? Well, the mystery of iniquity is being revealed. Now we understand that because of this devil, right? Because of Esau Edom is why this earth is all out of course. It's why the foundations of the earth is upside down. It's why so much death and killing and robbery and murder and pedophilia and children sacrifice and rape and so forth and so on, adultery. You know, all this wickedness is in the earth because of Esau Edom, man. Going back to the same thing of why the wickedness was in the earth, going back to the days of Noah. When we read the book of Wisdom of Solomon in the 10th chapter, it clearly lets us know that the wickedness was in the earth because of Cain and his descendants, man.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 10, and verse 3. It says, but when the unrighteous went away from her in his anger, he perished also in the fury wherewith he murdered his brother. For whose cause, the earth being drowned with the flood, wisdom again preserved it, and directed the course of the righteous in a piece of wood of small value.
That's it, man. It says, for whose cause the earth being drowned in a flood. So the earth, so the Lord flooded the earth because of what? Cain and his descendants. Because of the wickedness that they spread throughout the earth. It says that the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth him, man. So what was happening back then? The sons of God being our seed line, right? They weren't called Israel yet, right? Because Jacob didn't come on the scene. we were known as the sons of God. They were being seduced by what? By Cain, his descendants, and the rest of these other nations, man. Same thing that's happening today. It says that men's heart was evil continually. Why? Because of the wickedness in the earth. The same thing today, man.
That's right.
You know?
I got another one. Sirach 49, death and bloodshed, strife and sword, calamities, famine, tribulation, and the scourge. These things are created for the wicked, and for their sakes came the flood.
And for their sake came the flood, right? So it's the same thing that's going to take place in these days to come. For their sake, the nuclear missiles is going to cleanse this place, man, because of the wickedness that's been spread forth. And the mystery of iniquity has been revealed. Going back to the scriptures we quoted, it says, how are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? You know? So just like how the Lord had Ahab in the trick bag, it's the same thing with Esau Edom. The Lord is using Satan to deceive this devil, to guide him and have him perform his will on the left-hand side. The same thing that he's using Esau for. He's using Esau. It says what? If our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost, whom the God of this world have blinded. Right? The God of this world is Esau Edom. Going back to what? Who he worships, Satan. And it says they have blinded the eyes of those that believe not. You know, so the Lord is in control of all this through his left-hand side, man. You know?
I got a quick one. This is Psalm 75 and 6. For promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south, but the Most High is the judge. He putteth down one and setteth up another. All right, because this is all going according to the script, the plan, all right, of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai ultimately, man. All right, he put it down one and he setteth up another. And as it says in Sirach, the 10th chapter, all right, it says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. So right now we're in the translation of the kingdom where the Lord is going to take it away from the hands of Esau. And in that same chapter, it says that in due time, the Lord will set over it one that is profitable. All right, that's starting off with Yahweh Shai, all right, King David, the rest of the 144,000, the saints are ruling the planet Earth in righteousness under the law, statutes, and commandments.
That's right. That's right. Because going back to what the apostles say that Elder Yaquah would always say, man, we have to learn wickedness in order to appreciate righteousness.
That's right.
So here it is. The left-hand side of the Lord is ruling here on this earth, right? So when it's time for his right hand to rule, is we going to appreciate that, man. And the whole earth is going to appreciate that. Going back to the Lord ruling on his left-hand side, his through Satan, through Esau Edom, Isaiah 14. You know, see all this wickedness and all these things is happening on the earth because of Esau Edom and his witchcraft that he spread throughout the earth, man. You know, but once the right hand rules, man, everything is going to be back to everything going to be turned right side up. You know, everything going to be pure and in its proper course once again.
That's right.
You know,
I'm gonna read just that last verse again.
Yeah, you could.
All right, come on. 1 Kings 22, and I'll read 22 again. It says, and the Lord Yahweh said unto him, wherewith? And he said, I will go forth, and I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And he said, thou shalt persuade him, and prevail also. Go forth and do so. Now therefore, behold, the Lord Yahweh hath put a lying spirit in the mouth of all these thy prophets, and the Lord Yahweh hath spoken evil concerning thee. Right, and the Lord allowed a left-hand angel to orchestrate that, but it was all of Yahweh, man. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. So the same thing now. The Lord is using Esau Edom, all right, and using the spiritual demon Satan to work through Esau Edom to perform these things. But what? It's all in the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man.
That's right.
You know?
That's right. So yeah, so that's all I had through the Spirit, Lord willing. I hope that was edifying. You know, like I said, I watched Apostle Ram live lesson and thought that would be a edifying lesson to go into, man. That Esau Edom is the physical counterpart, or he's the physical representation of the spiritual demon Satan, man. You know, it's like Satan is the tempter. He's sent to deceive. He's sent to tempt you. Well, it's the same thing that Esau Edom is here. He's the physical counterpart. He's here on this earth to what? To deceive you, to tempt you, man.
That's right.
You know?
Hey, that's why, hey, like all this wickedness, like you explained earlier, is being pushed out now. You know, he's tempting people through the media to rebel against Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. You know, like for example, this song that came out, WAP, all right? That's tempting women to be harlots, all right, and to embrace wickedness, right? Hey, that's the tempter. And a lot of people, a lot of women get caught up into that. Well, that's on all avenues, man. He tempts you to commit adultery. He glorifies that through the media, through music, and so on and so forth. All right, and that's exactly what Satan does, man.
Right. I quoted the scripture. It says that the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth him, man. So he's coming in that spirit of Satan. That's what Satan comes with. Satan comes to seduce you.
Yeah, makes it look good. Hey, that's what he did in the garden.
That's what he exactly.
With Eve, man. All right, she was like, yeah, the Satan made it look good, man. She said it was good to look upon. Roughly paraphrasing, man. You know, well, that's what Satan does, man. He makes wickedness looks good. All right, and then gets you tied up into it, and then the destruction comes afterwards, man. You know.
Yep. Hey, but we at the end of it now, man. Isaiah the 47th chapter says, go to now to your monthly prognosticators, go to your astrologers, your sorcerers, so forth and so on, man, and see if they'll be able to deliver you. So now the Lord is telling Satan to what? To pull back that power he gave him, man. So now we seeing Esau Edom fail in his sorcery. Now we're seeing him fail in what it says when he's about to fill his belly. The Lord shall rain fire upon him. It says he calls it the devices of the crafty to be disappointed, roughly paraphrasing in the book of Job, man. You know? So it's a beautiful time that we living in, man. And well, it said that that day shall not come except that come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. What day cannot come? The kingdom of heaven, man. Our salvation can't come until this devil is exposed, and this devil has been exposed on all aspects, man. So that means our salvation is nearer than what we believe, you know. So
That's right.
So with that, man, we hope that was edifying. Tawadi Yahweh about Shem Yahushua for giving the spirit through this lesson. Well, we're going to give all praises, honor, glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all you brothers preaching the gospel in truth and in sincerity, always in charity. Hey, shalom.
Shalom.